Well, hello and welcome to the Asian Game. We're now in Sydney, as you can see, the iconic Sydney Opera House in the background on what is a glorious day for the opening day of the FIFA Women's World Cup here. Joined by a couple of other icons as well. Elissia Carnavas, former Matilda, Ciara McCormack, former Irish international as well. We're now, what is it now, about 8 hours away from kickoff here at the Women's World Cup. You've been in Sydney the whole week, Elissia. How has that been? How's the build-up been? You're getting a sense of buzz now?
Yeah, absolutely. The last couple of days, a lot more buzz coming in and around the city, but as we expected, 80,000 people. Sydney is historically in Australia one of the most sporting cities, and when there is a fantastic event on, they turn it on. So very excited for tonight.
Yeah, and what about you, Ciara? You've been here for about a week now, I think it is. You said that. Are you getting a sense of the occasion of what's going to happen tonight?
Yeah, I think it's been building. Just even walking around, starting to see the FIFA, the fan zones and all those things starting to come up and get built, and you can kind of just see the flags and the more people around that you can kind of tell are here for it. So yeah.
Yeah, there's branding around everywhere as we're walking around before. Let's talk about the big match tonight now, of course, Australia versus the Republic of Ireland. I think most people in Australia are expecting a win, expecting 3 points tonight. What are you expecting from today's match? You'll be calling the match for SEN. What are you expecting from Australia? What are you expecting from Ireland tonight?
Look, it's going to be a very entertaining match. That's the first thing. I think anyone that's in that stadium tonight is going to see some fantastic football. Australia, I expect to play their very dynamic attacking style play, which I think Tony has said quite openly. They're not going to shy from that. They're going to go all out and play their natural game. Ireland, I think, on the contrary, we don't hear a lot about them here in Australia, but I do expect them to be very, very competitive, particularly in the physical space, but also on the wing, Ellie Carpenter versus Katie McCabe. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about that one, Ellie Carpenter versus Katie McCabe. It stands to be one of the great matchups of the occasion tonight. What are you expecting from the match? Of course, this is Ireland's first appearance at any major international tournament. Do you expect there to be nerves from the Irish? There's going to be a massive contingent of Irish fans. We saw a lot of them turn out at the airport for when the Irish team arrived. What are you expecting from the Irish tonight?
Yeah, I think for both teams, I don't think it's an everyday occasion to play in front of 85,000 people. So I'm sure both sides, I think, will probably be extra nervy and lots of, nervous energy. I think it's going to be fantastic. There's obviously really, amazing players on both sides of the ball for both teams. I think Denise O'Sullivan is a player, just again, as sort of a fan of the team now that I'm really looking forward to watch. A difference maker. She's been an MVP for her team in the U.S. for the last couple of years. So, yeah, Ellie Carpenter and Katie McCabe, obviously, like two world-class players. I think that Vera Pauw would have them, organized, and I think there's just actually a big belief in the Irish team that maybe wasn't there over the years. That I think their first major tournament, obviously, in getting here was no easy feat. So I think all those things will make it a really close, competitive game.
So tell us about what this then means for the Irish. As we said, the first time they've qualified for a major international tournament, never played at the Euros before as well. So to play at a World Cup as your first major international tournament, what does this moment mean for the Irish?
Yeah, as a former player that played with some of the players that are playing tonight, we used to play 10 years ago in front of, 500 people. So, it's incredible to just, I'm going to be there tonight. I'm sure it'll be almost emotional being in front of or being around so many people watching the Irish team. So, yeah, it's really exciting. I think there's a massive buzz back in Ireland in terms of just the women qualifying and obviously being on the world stage. So, yeah, I think it's not something that happens all the time at all, for Ireland to be representing like this on the world stage of soccer. So I think there's a huge excitement and lots of pride.
What about for you, Elissia, former Matilda as well? Is there a sense of pride in this occasion that Australia is now here hosting a Women's World Cup, something that many people dreamed about, never thought would happen? Here it is, it's actually going to happen. What are the emotions that you're feeling ahead of the game tonight?
Yeah, look, it's a special kind of feeling. I had the privilege of playing in the first Under-19 Youth World Cup in Canada, played against some fantastic players, and some of those are still playing in this tournament, which is immense. But I think when we take it back that far, we would never dream of hosting a FIFA World Cup in our country. So tonight for us, and I think for the sport, take away just women's football, we're extremely proud, but for football in this country, I think it's a monumental step in the right direction. And emotions, I think Ciara summed it up the most there, emotional feelings tonight, both nerves, excitement, but also pride.
Can't actually see it off camera, but a couple of the Irish girls are actually just walking behind us here, taking in their morning walk alongside Sydney Harbour. They look calm, they look relaxed ahead of the game tonight.
Yeah, that's a hilarious. Yeah, no, it's exciting for sure. Just to, and then that's the thing. I think it does feel really intertwined in the city, and it's all right here. Fans of different countries and stuff, and players as well. And I think that's a great thing about the women's game is that players are still so accessible, and you know, they're not necessarily so far away. So I think, it's really exciting just to even be like amongst it all right now. I feel extremely lucky to be going to the game tonight and just being here and seeing it all in front of me.
Yeah. All right, we're all going to be at the game tonight, so I'm going to put you all on the spot. Prediction ahead of the game tonight. I'll come to you first, Elissia.
Feeling a bit under pressure with the Irish girls just standing over here. I feel under the pump.
Now. They can't hear you now.
All right, predictions for tonight. I think we spoke about it off camera, but 2-1 Australia. Yep. I think Ireland will get a goal tonight, whether that's early or not. I'm not too sure, but 2-1 to the Matildas.
Ciara?
I mean, I'm going to just have to go with the country I played for, and I'm going to say it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be exciting, dramatic, and I'm going to say 2-1 for Ireland.
Well, that'd upset a lot of people here. I'm going to go 2-0 to Australia to win tonight. Whatever happens, it's going to be a fabulous occasion. We'll have a full wrap-up after the game outside Stadium Australia. But for now, Ciara, Elissia, thanks for joining us. Good call tonight. Enjoy the game, and we'll catch you later here on the Asian Game.